the fence, the little wire fence gate.
Yeah.
And I guess as fast as people were running, that gate fucking fell. You know what I'm saying? Because that's niggas was stampeding, niggas was shooting. I don't know. That shit was just crazy. Like seeing that shit. And this is like all before the 5th grade. I moved to Santa Maria at the when I was in the 5th grade. But yeah, I was seeing all this shit, like all the stuff that I experienced. A lot of kids like experience certain things in their teenage years and stuff like that. I was seeing all this shit before the 5th grade.
Yeah.
So even the incident that made us even move from LA to begin with was someone that shot in our house. And there was like about 2 or 3 shots. And I was passed out in the living room by myself, and there was like a fucking table was right there by the living room door, and if that table wasn't there, and that bullet didn't catch that table, right, I would have got shot in my leg. And I was like fucking 9 or 10 years old. No, I wasn't even 10 years old yet.
It's like I
was like around 9.
Yeah. Thank God for things that get in the way of you getting shot. That's not funny.
I just remember a lot of shit like that. My dad, he got shot. He had a bullet in his leg. I remember it was some girl that he was dating. Like, I guess he was walking to the store with his girlfriend's sister. And I guess he said someone started shooting or whatnot. And, he caught a bullet in the leg, and that girl...
Do you feel like... do you feel like filming yourself? No. We're just going to do part.
Are we doing record something? We could do a voice recording.
I'm doing live.
All
right. So either you are gonna lead us into intro, or we're gonna stop that recording, start all over again, or use those stories you were just saying, because there's too many stories. This is gonna be the gun violence we've actually experienced, gun assaults or whatever you want to call it. I don't want to use that word assault, but anytime you bring out a gun, that's assault. That's attempted murder. That thing could kill me. Just kidding. I'm bulletproof. But no, I'm not, guys. Don't shoot at nobody.
Yeah. Yeah, we just talking, about some Los Angeles stories, some Southern California stories per se.
Yeah, we were not even gonna have an episode tonight, guys. But welcome. If you're on the live, we can see very little. But we don't want you to see us. We're not camera ready. And those filters are not going to cut it. I'm kidding. We're both looking very beautiful. It's about the talk. It's about the talk. It's not about us. But I'm trying to find a good angle. Welcome, though. We're going to be talking about some gun stuff, Both of us are from the streets of LA. And... we represent where we're from just because we made it out, and and we're both from Los Angeles, the greater Los Angeles area, and in all actuality, we survived one of the. It's harsh, but it's not that harsh, guys. But where we lived, thanks to gentrification, we experienced more like gun shit. Greg was just talking about how he didn't see somebody get murdered, but he saw somebody be a victim to gun violence and just lost what sounded like a great step-parent. Right? Something like that? No? Oh, no.
Okay, well, I can...
Explain, go for it.
Okay, well... okay, the story goes, this is basically... When my mother, she got remarried, after my dad, I inherited 2 stepsisters, obviously a stepdad. 2 older stepsisters, and I already had a older sister as well. And one of my stepdad's job was he was like kind of like a gang counselor, so to speak. Right. And he helped at-risk teens or people that's in gangs, try to help them get out or of that matter.
Right.
And one point I remember him having this guy stay with us. And he was a little bit older. I want to say, I was in the 3rd grade at the time, but I want to say this guy was like, he was just I want to say like around 19. So as a kid, in third grade, 19 is kind of old, but whatever.
Right.
But he was like around 19, and he stayed with us for a little bit. And there's one particular day I felt sick, and now I didn't have to go. Now I didn't go to school.
Mm-hmm.
So my older sister and my oldest, all three of my sisters,
Oops.
all three of my sisters ended up going to school, whatever. Then me, my mom and stepdad ended up having to go to work.
Yeah.
And I stayed home with his name is Maurice. Mm-hmm. I stayed home with Maurice, and this particular day he needed to go to his neighborhood to go get something from his sister's spot out in the PJs. So if y'all know about the PJs, y'all know about the PJs.
The projects for those that don't.
Yeah, it's the projects in Watts, California. So we ended up going over there, and he told me I was in the passenger side, obviously, and he told me just hold on for a minute, I'll be right back. So what seemed like I guess like a minute, all of a sudden you hear like pop, 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 a couple of gunshots.
Do you actually remember like the number?
I don't remember the exact number, but I know it's more than 2.
Wow.
So I didn't really think anything of it, but someone just told me to dip down into the floorboard of the passenger side, and I did that, and like maybe like a minute later, I seen his sister comes to the car and gets me out the car, and she looked kind of hysterical or whatnot. And I didn't really know what was going on. And as soon as I turned the corner, I seen Maurice laid out on the ground, just shot up. I'm not sure how many bullets or whatever he actually had in him, but I could vividly remember seeing like one in his leg, like I seen like an open flesh wound.
Yeah.
Like I seen that shit, and like mind you, I was in the 3rd grade, so. I don't know. It's just like it trips me out. Like as I got older and I started telling the story and shit like that. As a kid, we don't talk about being traumatized and stuff like that. And like we don't talk about shit like that in 3rd grade. Yeah. So
living in the ghetto and seeing such trauma happen, seeing stuff that makes trauma happen.
Yeah, so
that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, as I got older and I even told this story because I remember it like it's yesterday. Like, I guess a lot of people did tell me that I was traumatized or stuff like that, and I guess that's what it is. But no, that's not the only time.
No kidding.
There's a lot of situations where I feel like. God looking out for me, you know what I'm saying? I am the age that I am, for a reason.
Right.
At the end of the day, I still got a lot to live for, especially for my kids and, my family. But yeah, like, even my dad, he got a bullet in his leg. So, parts, I could tell
That's
a little
crazy.
bit of his story.
Yeah, sure. Welcome if you're just joining us. We're talking about gun violence that we've actually witnessed or experienced personally, or stories we know.
Well, my dad, he was dating this girl, and I guess one particular night, him and his girlfriend's sister were walking to a store or whatnot. And I don't know if they were walking through an alley or something like that, and all of a sudden, someone just started shooting at him.
Dang.
And basically, my dad got shot in the leg, and his girlfriend's sister got shot up. Like,
straight up shot.
Like, she's no longer living. So.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, she got fatally shot?
Yeah.
Wow. That sucks. Rest in power.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
You know what I wish, Greg? You know what? That's so fucking sad. I'm sorry to interrupt, but like, you know what I wish that all the people that have been killed, and I hope you hearing me, Ghost. Like, and I'm not even kidding. I wish that like all the ghosts that were killed from gun violence, would gang up on people that insist to have guns, and I'm not saying take away the Second Amendment. I'm saying it's there for a reason. However, there's no reason why people need to have like assault rifles. Those the ones that blow like 200 rounds in less than a minute. There's no reason why people need to have that. If that's for war, okay then. Let's give up war then. On behalf of these people that have been ridiculously slayed, and it's in our communities. It isn't just it's not just wartime. No. There's been people like Greg was just sharing how somebody lost their life due to gun violence.
Yeah. Shit ain't no joke. Got a lot of stories, of course, you should always be able to protect yourself at the end of the day. But, a lot of people out there, as we do know, they are reckless. At the end of my days, I got kids, so.
Exactly. Much respect.
Trying to make it back.
Exactly. So. And the funniest part about nothing's funny about gun violence, guys. Like I remember if I may share one of my stories now, because this is what the episode's about, right? We're sharing stories. And don't go ahead and share your gun violence stories if there is any stories that you have, because that's interesting. Not that I want it to keep going on so we have more stories to tell, but the reality is that we live in this world that is currently feeding off of war, which is the worst form of communication. Worst form of communication is violence. You know what I mean? The bigger the gun, the bigger the fear in that person holding the gun, guys. So what does that say about people and countries with weapons of mass destruction? Come on, man, we're showing our ass, right? So, okay, when I was like 3, I had to have been like 3 or 4. This story takes me back, Greg, because I was 3 or 4, And so that was like, gosh, 100 million years ago, guys. I'm ancient. So, no, what I'm saying is that, let me run you back to the story, It's the 80s. I'm a baby. And we go to get gas at a gas station. Keep in mind, like, I must have been 4 because by the time I was 4, we were already living in the Watts projects. We were already living there. I remember like celebrating my 5th birthday there. And something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my family will like correct me. But anyway, so I remember like we had went somewhere to hang out with family, right? And we had like went from, I don't know, somewhere Huntington Park area back to Watts. And then that's not too far, but it's at least like 20 something whatever minutes away if you go like through the street. So okay. So I'm a kid, there's my mom in the car, my older brother's in the car, and he's not that much older than me. He's like a few years older than me. And I can't remember if like my baby brother was born yet or was he in the car. But I feel like he was in the car. So he was like a baby. He was a baby. So my father, I'm telling a story. So my father decides before heading home, it was like 10 or 11, I don't know, fucking in the nighttime. And he's like, hey, we're all this little family just going home to Watts. And there's this like gas station right on the corner of where we used to live. Literally like 2 blocks away, like less. I could walk there as a kid. And after this happened, I never walked there again. But like, that's a kidding. I walked there all the time. I did. I didn't care. But I was a kid, you know what I mean? Like trauma sometimes happens and then you let that shit, you cover that shit up. Yeah. You're like, fuck, I live here. What can I do? Yeah. Just be scared of somebody having a gun? Anyway, so we get to the gas station. My dad runs out and he's like, everybody stay here. And I don't listen to him. I was like, no. And I ran out like right behind him. Right? And like this person hiding in the fucking shadows behind like the actual store, because my dad was about to like run up in there and pay for the gas. Yeah. Right? And I was following him. I was with him. Yeah. And And then this fucking creep comes out from behind dressed in like all dark ass shit. And he points a gun. He like runs up to us and he points a gun. I mean, we were maybe like less than 100 feet from the entrance to the store, to the little gas station store. And he stopped us. Well, he was already flashing his gun. Like, I remember seeing everything. I remember all this shit. And then he like straight up like gets like maybe an inch away from my dad's head with the gun, and he says, you know, like, give me your wallet, give me all your money, and la da 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 da. And keep in mind, my dad was like a young buck back then. He could have fucked him up. He could have easily like grabbed it. I don't know, man. My dad's cool as fuck, man. He'd be surprising me with his own moves. Yeah. However, I think he was so caught off guard that he just kind of panicked and gave the wallet to him, you know? And I was just like I remember like holding onto his leg because I was like, what the fuck? Like, that doesn't look normal and whatever, you know? And then he like, he's about to leave and he goes, still pointing the gun at my dad's head, and he goes, you're lucky your daughter's here. And then he fucking just took off running. Before he said that, he took out just the money. He didn't want anything else. And he just like threw the wallet on the floor. And simultaneously while all that, you know, that couple of seconds, my mom was over there like locking the doors. She was like, oh hell no! She locked the doors. Yeah. This is all from, you know, their point of view because I didn't know about this. So until we all like started our shared our different perspective, you know, my brother was like, oh my God, I saw it. It was so scary. My mom told me not to get out of the car. And oh my God, we had to lock the doors, you know. And it was crazy. That was crazy. So that was one of my first experiences, you know, because I was born in LA. So I'm so used to it. I'm like, oh yes, that's a gunshot. Yeah, must be 9 p.m., you know.
It's like one of those things where when you know, like, fucking it's New Year's Eve, you better hide in the fucking bathtub. Yeah.
It's not even a joke. I remember there was this really good, friendly person. I feel like he was just a part of the gangs because if he wasn't a part of look, you can always say no to gangs. Yep. Say absolutely no. That's my belief. But this person living next door to us was like one of the like Bloods or Crips. I don't know. I wasn't too much into where you from when I was a kid. And I remember he would knock on our door and let us know, hey, there's going to be like a gang fight or a gang war tonight. Make sure everyone sleeps on the floor. You know? Because better chance of a stray bullet not hitting you. You know? Because we're going to be like outside your door shooting at each other. Kind of ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. These are brothers and cousins, and even if you're not really like blood, you know what I mean? It's like you helping the alleged man kill ourselves, you know what I mean? That's not what we came to do. How would we honor our ancestors? By killing another brother? Yeah. You know, for them. You know what I mean? They don't want your genius around. They don't want you to get to the state where you could be when you're older. Like right now, what you're doing is just a preparation. You know? And they're scared of the power that we've already taken back and that we're going to start asserting. And who is they? Those people that lost the power. Because it's true what the Bible says. The meek shall inherit the earth. And don't be that fake humble, guys. Yeah. Like that gang guy that lived next door to us, that was fucking humble. Yeah. Like, how many gang lords, or whatever he was, gang member, just call him that, come to a family's house and say, hey, no disrespect, but our gangs are going to fight. Yeah. Please have you and all your children sleep on the floor because we don't want there to be extra victims, it has nothing to do with you. Yeah. That guy had a fucking heart, even though he was a gangster. Yeah. You know?
They say certain gangsters, they do say some gangsters got hearts, so right. That was one of them.
Oh, they do. They do, and that's what we're here to remind each other, you know, like, that guy showed me, you know, like, I didn't leave the ghetto thinking, sorry to call it the ghetto, but that's what it is, guys. That's what the man calls it, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of shit. Anyways.
We call it home.
We call it home. We call it roots, you know? But imagine, like, you know, making it out of there, having never joined a gang. You know what I mean? I know a lot of my brothers that were chased home. They were like being threatened to join our gang or we're gonna beat your ass. You know, my dad had to come out with a bat. Get out of here. Leave us the fuck alone. You know what I mean? Like, our kids are not gonna be in your stupid ass gang. That's literally a story from my life. You know, and that's the way a parent shows up. Whether you're a step parent or whatever, you say, hey, my kids were making a conscious decision. They were running away from you. We have a right to stick up for ourselves. You're going to get the bat. Like, you know.
Personally, I never understood, like, why jump in someone who actually doesn't want to be in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't understand that personally, you know, but...
that forced aggressiveness is because they're watching it everywhere. Be us, or in default, get your ass beat, get this, be alienated, be hated on, la 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 la. Yeah. You know, the same is true. If you don't assimilate, they're gonna hate or chase you through the neighborhood until you get to a safe spot, and some badass parent or guardian comes in, like, because sometimes these are actual kids, guys. They start recruiting when they're children. I mean, like, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, but it's a shame. You need hugs. And you need to show other men. And I'm not saying women are not in gangs, because the first people that started the Bloods or whatever is some chick, some lady, some woman, some goddess that needs to rearrange. And I think she already has rearranged her life. She, like, got out of it. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, it crosses boundaries. It crosses the gender boundaries anyways. They want us to hate each other. They want us to get in gangs and then fight the other neighborhood. What is that shit? Our kids need to be able to run and walk home in peace without the local gang chasing them, you know, trying to recruit. Because there's some guardian, there's us adults that are going to stand up for us, for kids. You know what I'm saying? I know you'd do the same thing. You'd probably call the cops. You would beat some ass. You wouldn't just threaten. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's what I would do. If some gang, some posse was chasing my kid home, that would be a terrible, terrible day for them. You know, because my bark is way, way worse than my bite. And when you feel my bite, that is just because I needed to self-defense. And you don't want to feel that either, because that's worse than my bark. And that's not a threat. It's just like, you know, as much as they take their dumb gangs and they tag on our streets, we don't belong to your gangs. We are honest people just living our lives. And there's a few drops of that. But it's still not going to contaminate our ocean, guys. You just keep eating you and shit. Talking about gun violence. Any more stories you got? Smoke them if you got them. We're that sort of show that you need to be over, you know, the age limit or whatever your local state.
Shit, got the hiccups and shit. Oh, hold up.
But that's the truth, though. I mean, if you have a gun, that's fine, you know, but you have to learn how to use it. You got to go to those shooting ranges. You know what I mean? You have to, like, go to legit. Don't go somewhere where something can splash back at you, guys. Bullets can bounce back. Go to the proper places where you can actually shoot these things. Don't get accidentally, like, your eye shut off because, or cut, you know what I mean? Like, don't get shot in the eye because you refuse to go to and pay for, like, one of those gun shooting ranges, because I don't go to that, and that's just not my thing, you know. But to people that do choose that,
Irma's a sideways shooter.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
no, I don't shoot this one. But yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, we basically we wish you guys, everybody out there, stay. Yeah, I can't even talk right. Stay safe. Stay dangerous to some extent, because you know, keep it on you. You know, if you got to, you know, for your protection. But I'm not saying go be doing some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't be wilding out.
Yeah, don't wild out. You'll end up in jail. You know.
You know, like I said, protect yourself, protect your family.
Definitely protect yourself, protect your family. And that brings another story. This didn't happen to me. But this is a familiar story. And we have, I think his name was Ahmed, or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but this guy in like Alabama or something. Did you hear about that guy? And this was years ago, and now his killers, because he ended up killing him. His killers are in jail and they're gonna serve.
Black dude.
So he was just jogging.
Yeah.
And see what happened. You know, I think where he kind of went wrong, but it's never his fault. He has the legal right to kind of do what he wants. Yes, he was trespassing on private property when he was looking into it was an empty home, guys, and he came out empty-handed. So therefore, he's not really thieving. You know what I mean? The conclusion of the racist, because we can call them racist, those people just went after him because he was a darker skin tone than them. Because he's able to process melanin in a very rich and delicious manner. And don't get me wrong, guys, they might have hated on him because he was also handsome and getting his athleticism on. He was like running. This is healthy.
Now, what is that pretty nigger doing over there? You know we don't like pretty niggers around here, boy.
Hey, I bet you that's exactly like what they were saying. And then they were mad at themselves for thinking that he was pretty. And they were like, and then they had all these like homophobic like I'm just saying, perhaps, and maybe not, because it always leads to the dick. It's a dick contest with them, and that's a racist for you. It's a dick contest.
I actually read that in the book, where certain when certain black dudes go to jail and or arrested, that's where certain cops, they'll beat on them and they'll aim right for their dicks.
Wow.
And I forgot which book it was that I read, because I read a lot of books, and but yeah, it said that shit in the book, and I'm like, what the fuck? So,
yeah. It's not just me, and I've gotten that shit from other things that I've reflected on too, you know. And I'm like, fuck, you're so right. It's systematic. It's you know, all that stuff. I was gonna start going off in like, it's hydromatic, like grease lightning, but but you know, you gotta have a little light in life. Not everything is so serious. You know what I mean? There's people that make it out of like gun zones. You know, we're all up and out of it, or people that actually live in gun zones. You know, think about the people in Texas. Like they have like one of those laws where you can carry, it doesn't have to be concealed, or it has to be whatever. I say show your shit. You know what I mean? Let us know what you're playing with there. And like, you know, I think that's gentlemanly. Like you would never shoot somebody in the back, right? You're not like, I was gonna say Aaron Burr, but that's not how it happened.
Right between the eyes.
Yeah, man, they dueled up, you know what I mean? If you don't know the story of Aaron Burr and Andrew Jackson, check that shit out. It's crazy. These two politicians just were like so mad at each other for different fucking shit that they dueled. And you know, one of them lost.
Your outfit is ugly. That's good.
And they slapped each other with the white glove.
Yeah.
It always has to be a white glove, huh? But
ugly ass wigs that they had and shit with the Jerry curl, the dried up Jerry curl and shit. Niggas wore fucking tights. Niggas had pedal pushers and shit.
Yeah.
Ugly buckle shoes.
Yeah.
Them shit ain't Jordans. Them shit ain't Nikes.
Right. Bubblewoods. For real, imagine the shoes they had back then.
Big ass, ugly ass Quaker Oats hats.
Right. What's up? How do you say that name? Isaiah.
Oh, that's my nephew.
Oh, okay. The first part I'm like having a hard time. New keys. Yeah. I don't know. I tried. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're not on camera, but yeah.
But we hope you're enjoying us passing the doobie, because this is a good night to smoke. If you don't smoke, that's fine. Or you want a smoking break, that's okay. But you can also light your incense, you know what I mean? Do you worship the Lord? I don't know. Light an incense. Just kind of, you know, Buddha, you know, that's funny, off topic, but like Buddhists, because I go church hopping. I used to go church hopping a lot, and I'll never like not go into a church that I'm interested in. Yeah. I'll go have Sunday service with them. I'll go have like whatever. And they're very big into like incense.
Yeah.
So every time I go to their like temples, they have loads of incense, and it's just kind of them paying like homage. Like think of it's like smoke, smoke which is sacred. Without fire there's no smoke. Without air there's no supply to that fire to combust. You know what I mean? It's all beautiful alchemy. But besides that point, it's how they pay like how young folks would say like big ups or respects, or how you would worship. Just because it's not the same, that's because everyone doesn't speak in tongues like certain people do. When you're a Christian, that's how some people choose to like worship their God, or privately say their prayers, and then that smoke helps to bring in your. The dogs are doing too much, guys. Dog, spirit animal entered the building. He's angry, but I think they just need a walk. But guys, walk your animals. Don't be afraid, and then do it really, really, really early or really late at night, and be safe. And
keep some excuse me. If you don't want to keep a gun on you, keep it like a pepper spray. Keep like taser gun. You know what I'm saying? Protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Protect yourself by any means. Keep it. We gotta keep a small baseball bat on you.
Yeah.
Just say if you just want to feel peaceful walking your dog out in the night. Like I said, just stay safe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's true. Something cool I learned from there's I don't know if you've ever heard of this speaker called. He's almost like a priest, almost. But I guess he is, because what he talks about is everything is like spiritual.
Right.
And I don't know that he's a certain he identifies with like the ancient Kemetic, which is like what you would call like an African, now, because Africa is another name given to Africans or people that are on that specific location by a white man. When they had the excuse of the Bible to go raid and kill the land of the Kush or the Kemite, they really fucked us over, guys. But it's not like look back and see how we're fucked. It's look back and make sure they don't do it to us like that again, kind of deal. You know what I mean? And let us not forget our roots, kind of thing. And just again, how America is just another name given to this land. Who knows what the Vikings used to call it? Who knows what my half of my people used to call it up in here, the indigenous people. Yeah. You gonna tell me what they used how they used to call it in 200 different languages? Because that's what they stole, 200 different languages. And y'all are mad that we don't just speak English. Bitch, shut the fuck up. It used to be like Scandinavian, and then it was like, what are they like? There's all kinds of stuff, guys. There's all kinds of stuff. But that's the same thing. That shit had a lot to do with gun violence, but I feel like that's not getting off topic, and that's almost talking just about what gun violence. We're talking about gun violence. Think about how they came over here with their fat ass guns. You know what I mean? You could take out a few indigenous people, because who actually knows who was here? They say millions of indigenous were genocided. But the truth is that there was more than just the what we call the Native Americans now. There was people that was over here because they had come because of religious persecution in the 800s. And that was way long before Christopher Columbus confused, modern day, I believe, Cuba he landed on, or something like that. He landed on modern day like Puerto Rico, one of those islands. And he confused the Taino people for Indians, from India. And to this day, they still use that racist term from a racist idiot. Don't kid me, guys. The Spaniards came over here racist as fuck too, with their guns. And that brings us back to gun violence.
Yeah, I'm not saying everybody have a story. Some of us do. Let me see. There is a story. I gotta chop this one up to be real.
Oh, please share. I mean, we have some time because we're doing a podcast and we're doing a
I'm
a
gonna
live.
chop this one up. But basically, when I was a kid, living in Compton.
Thank you for joining. Yeah, you were living in Compton as a kid. A kid. Am I start? Is that a new word?
Excuse me. I was living in Compton as a kid. I remember. Excuse me.
You're good. A beautiful brown, beautiful chocolate little baby boy, up in the hood. We didn't even know we were in the hood, guys. I'm just. I don't want to have dead air because he's taking a drink of water.
All right. As a child, as a kid, I remember, as a kid, you'd be outside playing and shit,
Always. That's all you do.
You had your friends or whatever. You'd be either on the skateboard, you playing with some kind of toys or whatever.
Throwing dirt at each other.
Like this had been 3rd or 4th grade.
Yeah.
I would see this small green 4-door car parked right across the street from my house.
Yeah.
And this is after a certain period of time, and I'll tell you certain things off camera. But
Ooh. Because it's NC rated, guys. We can't share it here.
But yeah, I remember as a kid I used to be outside playing, and I remember one particular day I went in to go play. Went in from playing, and I knocked out on the living room and on the couch.
Right.
So, as a kid, I used to be sleep real heavy. I guess you can say it was hard for you to wake me up. So, basically someone shot in our house. It was about 2 to 3 shots. And, there was a fucking, what was it? It was a, little side table next to the door when you first walk in. And if this particular side table wasn't there, I would have got shot in my leg.
Wow.
And I was like...
Or worse.
I was 9 years old. Yeah, or it could have been worse, But, from where that angle was at, when the police officers came in and investigated, because, my mom ended up calling the police and yada yada. And, I was, like I said, I wasn't even 10 years old at the time. I was around 9 or 8, around there. That's. I think that was one of the last straws that made us end up leaving LA or Compton or whatever.
True. I'm glad, man, because next time I might have, not you. You never know. I mean, nothing happened. Yeah. Thank the Lord. I'm just saying, it kind of sucks, dude. It really shouldn't be just us who pray or that have such a confidence in the Most High. It should, nobody should live in this danger. Yeah. No one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It should never be it shouldn't be never something that you should be used to.
Yeah.
It should be never something that you have to hear gunshots every single fucking day, and I remember that shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember that shit every fucking day. It's whatever's the distance, whatever's on your block, whatever was around the corner, you heard it.
No kidding.
So
that's no kidding.
The 90s in LA was just 90s, late 80s was just
yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, man. I remember, you and I were young enough where we dealt with the riots. You were there. I remember that shit vividly. The LA riots, check that shit out.
I remember that shit vividly.
Yeah, man. We lived through it. But it's not like it happened around us. They just they targeted businesses. And that's not fair, why go steal and why go do that and do a big hubbub? The biggest revenge is success. Why do you think there's so many black entrepreneurs and black businesses and da-da-da-da-da? And I hope there's more, and I hope everybody gets on their business game because it's a divine capitalist game right here. And if we're going to play this game, let's play it divinely. Let's get our monies. We're not just owed 48 years in a mule. I'm not just saying that. No, we need our fucking lands.
Yeah.
Whether we're going to have to buy it from them officially or sue them to get it back. Whatever the fucking case.
Kick them in the cooch.
Yeah, make so much money that it's nothing, like pennies. Oh, what are you talking about? Buy California. Oh, no.
And I don't mean kicking females in the cooch. I mean kicking guys in the cooch.
Exactly.
The guys that took it away.
Exactly, man. And again, I'm sure it wasn't just men.
Yeah.
But men have really been making a lot of rules. Women haven't even been able to get into parliament. And some Some countries for long times until like some of them the recent 70s. Some of them, look at women's suffrage.
Yeah, women endure a lot, and I know for a fact women are like one of the strongest creatures on this earth. I know that for a fact. So, I have a mother, I have a sister, I have a daughter, I have a baby mama, shit. I have a niece,
Yeah.
I have female friends,
For sure. And that no knocking like the men's side, you know what I mean? Y'all are easily as great. Just saying that now, like truly, you have to see your potential and don't give in to the. I'm not saying don't be strapped. Do whatever you want. I don't walk around strapped, guys. You know what I went out and did? I learned jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So basically I can defend myself no matter what size comes at me, no matter what. And first of all, I got the Most High always backing me, in front of me, to all ways of me. It protects me. It clears the way for me all the time. You know what? We're not just here on like some play date.
Yeah.
Everything is divinely appointed. Everything is like a divine appointment. And once you start seeing the celebration in that, like, it's like, oh, Greg came to meet me, yay. It's like my partner came to, yay. You know what I mean? We all came to meet each other, y'all. Have some fascination. You can be as, like, introvert as you want. I love that shit because that means you like yourself. You can be alone with yourself and you actually like being by yourself. It's probably because you like yourself, and that's okay.
Yeah, I feel you. There's nothing wrong being alone. Sometimes, we need someone to talk to, but, sometimes we even talk to ourselves.
Yeah, oh yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that
genius.
either, so.
Yeah, you're a genius too. It's true.
Always know that at the end of the day, we could be we as a people could we could be doing a lot better.
You got it.
But also we could do a lot worse.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Exactly. And always improve, guys, no matter what level you're at. Like, don't think like, oh, once I'm done with college, that is it. No, guys. Shh. I have to quiet the set. But, I know many people that learn, after their degrees, they just keep learning anyways. And they have to, like, be smarter than themselves last year. And they're not in a competition with anyone. Honey, they're like, What's Joe Schmo doing? Oh, I'm too busy learning and growing and being a better me. What do you mean I have a PhD? I don't care. I want a double PhD. There's people like that out there. I'm not saying you have to do that, but think of where you could go in the avenues that you like. Do you like music? Go for that shit. Do you like writing? Go for that shit. Do you like fucking inventing? Go for that shit. You know what I mean? There's multiple ways in how to do all of it. You like pottery? Get into pottery. What if that's your funnel to wealth, and you have just been barely tapping in to what the universe is able to provide for you, because it wants you to be rich, like filthy, happily, abundantly, cleanly rich. And let me say that, because don't go get your money and the shitty shit. We already have enough dummies doing that shit. Do good shit that we need around here. You see something that's missing? Create it. Are you that piece that's missing? Well, then go out there and shine more for people.
Yeah. Play your part and make this earth a better place, I know it's easier said than done, and at the end of the day, we are humans, and sometimes we do want to react to certain things that we know we shouldn't have.
Oh, yeah.
But, sometimes don't get the other motherfucker the pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what they want, dude.
Yeah, they want a reaction.
Yeah, dude. Do you know how many cells are waiting for a genius like you to fuck up? Don't give them the pleasure. Don't ever give them the fucking pleasure. Look, we all make mistakes. Some of us just got out of the pen. Not me, guys, not me. I have not been to jail in a very long time. They have not inspected my booty hole in many years, guys. It's disgusting when you go to jail, guys. Do not go to jail. They inspect your asshole. Don't even do it and make you cough. Don't fucking do it. Don't go to jail. Trust me.
So fuck coughing.
It's not worth exactly. It's not worth it. It isn't. And then you don't want to get a cavity check because you don't cough. Okay. Just play the look. Even Christ in the Bible talks about how it shows him obeying Caesar.
Yeah.
But we can see that as what God. I mean, I'm saying not God. I'm saying we can look at Christ and see how he even obeyed that, even at his last point of life on this earth.
Right.
You know what I mean? He knew his mission. He was like, Father, like, let your will be done. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's like, sometimes you have to, like, once you see through this matrix that it's just an illusion, guys. And I don't mean like we're in a fucking computer. Fuck no. This is better than a computer. And in some instances, we are like a computer. Like our cells can hear us. It's like we're programming our shit all the time with what we're looking at, what we're hearing, what we're like, even like, what, you know what I mean? Just how we're walking, how we're talking. Even your walk affects your shit, guys. Did you know there's something called walking with your chi? Like literally walking with your energy. And it's just about picking your feet. Start to walk with your energy. Like, you know, you pretend that there's a not gray. Why did it come out gray? That there's a bar. Because I'm thinking about a metal bar. A metal bar between your ankles, you know, and you have to walk over it. Walk over it, walk over it. And walk with your chin held high. You like to look on the ground for money? It's okay. Move your eyeballs. As you, I'm not saying strut your stuff, but walk with your head held high. We already have enough like people with scoliosis and hunchbacks. Okay, guys, walk like you're proud to be from where you're from. How does it feel when you think about your grandparents and what they went through, and your parents? Some of us can look at our parents and have such like deep ass admiration for them. Yeah. And be like, ooh, 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 where can I take the Rattler line? Ooh, where can I take the Rudrio line? Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know, it sounds like a fanatic, but that's the whole point. Our ancestors are constant, and I didn't get this from my butt. Our ancestors are constantly around us, whispering to us, what greatness are you gonna do for our ancestry? Yeah, dude, don't let that shit pass you up. You don't need to spend it in a jail cell. Give up the gun violence. What if you kill somebody, man? Are you going to be able to swallow even one spit and live with yourself? You know? We're talking about gun violence. Yeah. We're just trying to inspire you to live above the violence, you know?
Yeah, live above the crowd, you know. Don't always go with the crowd, you know what I'm saying? Live above it, you know.
Yeah. Definitely.
Go against the grain, you know, at a certain point, you know. Matter of fact, always know that fear and enemy is the ego. I'm sorry, not fear and enemy. I'm sorry.
Ego.
Fear and ego is the enemy. You know what I'm saying? Always know that. So,
what?
Just keep that in mind. Fear and ego is the enemy. You know what I'm saying? Do something once a day that'll make you scared. You know, do something that once, you know, that you don't normally do. You know, just
true.
Even once or twice. You know, twice a day or some shit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if it's hard for you, just maybe once or twice a week. You know, but you know, baby steps. You know.
Yeah.
Just.
We got a wandering dog on the set.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's sniffing everybody's butt.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she literally loves to smell your butt. How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, that threw me off for a second. I was like, hold up. Like.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, guys. But look, that's hilarious. We've only been on for a little bit. Let me see here.
This is Instagram right here?
This is on, but this is podcasting us. And I'll put that on YouTube. If you, whatever, like YouTube, go for it too. We have a bunch of stuff on there, Prolific Talks. And then we're also part of Asshole Network.
Yeah, we're half of Asshole Network, and we're both represent Prolific Talks. So we represent both, of course. But, you know, this is Prolific Talks, and like I said, we're half of the Asshole Network. The Asshole Network.
Yeah.
So, don't forget the extra E. The Asshole Network. So.
And it's gotta have all of our, I know you can't see our wonderful, beautiful faces right now, but that's not the point, guys. The point is about gun violence. So what? You'll be able to catch more of us on our other videos, you know, if you actually want to see us. But there's a lot to catch up on, you know. But live your life. We're just saying, you know, even if, like, I mean, I think a good topic too would be even like regular old, you know, we forget that our mouth, we could even start war. We could even be like And I am not gonna lie. I'm gonna confess that I've been guilty of emotionally abusing other people. You know, like what is when? Okay, I'm not blaming it on my childhood, but that was literally a response to trauma response. Bully.
Yeah.
I've been bullied, so then I go bully.
Yeah.
And you have to walk out of those steps as a grown up. You have to see those. You have to say like, man, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Man, nobody deserves that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then on another topic, you know what I mean? I caught a whole case being violent myself, just in a domestic violence.
Yeah.
When that person should have been in jail 50 million times. I should have called on that person before I actually lashed back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, fucking, you don't know who you're bullying. You might get bullied back.
Right.
At some point.
That's correct.
Or you just might snap the wrong one off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I remember one time I was driving Lyft, and this dude was talking all this, extra tough stuff, which is cool. You may be that tough guy, and this, that, and the third,
Sure,
and that's
sure.
cool.
Be you.
But I told him, yeah, that's cool. You talking all of that, that's cool. But what happens when you run into someone that's just like you?
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, then he was like, yeah, we end up being buddies. So like,
Yeah.
It's a possibility, but
It
that
is a
don't necessarily
possibility.
mean true. He may not like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
He may want to whip your ass.
Exactly.
You may not be as tough as you think you are.
Yeah.
It's
so
a
true.
lot of people just extra.
It's true. Like, it's okay to be extra, like, as far as, like, your clothes. Be extra on your hygiene.
Yeah.
Be extra, like, on learning. Be extra on, like, your income. You're like, oh, this year I made 100,000. Next year I have to clear 500,000, and that's my net. That's my shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you on that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want you to rise, unlike people that promote,
The bullshit.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, we gotta know that you gotta rise above everything. All the negativity. Sometimes you just gotta be in your own world, in your own space, in your own head, and But like I said, keep your third eye open because at the end of the day, you are in your own space. There's other people who don't appreciate that shit. So
True.
Pay attention to the vibes of others that's around you, hand movements, I'm just...
Oh, yeah, Jude, because one person could be signaling to another person in a car, like, get ready to go ahead. That's a new thing now. I have to share it. Someone shared with me that one of the new trends is putting, and I hope this never happens to you, but, like, just awareness, right? Like, they're coming around with, like, roses that are laced with fentanyl. So when you smell it, you pass out in your car, they come in and they take your body. Boom, you're one of the 8,000 people that are human trafficked statistically a day. And I hate that shit. And I don't want to repeat it. No, I want it to be a existent in the world. If I could banish human trafficking just for my little, like, click of the clack, I would. Because Most High listens to us. And I don't know how this shit has been going out on the rate, like, without, like, it's kind of like gun violence. You would wish that it was only used for when it needs to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because honestly, even if you take away this, you're never going to take away the Second Amendment because it's part of a constitution. But the point is that even if you make new laws, the people on the black market, they're not going to change their fucking laws for us if we decide to all give in our guns. Yeah. I'm saying the proper people need to have this shit and the right training needs to happen. Yeah. Stop fucking our children up thinking that it's cool to go do this. I heard some kid do that. He said he wanted to be fucking famous, so one day he said he plans to kill people. What the fuck? Who is this kid's mom and dad? And what the fuck? Yeah. And his older brother told him that. Please don't encourage kids. Even if you're joking, don't encourage that shit. Yeah. That's not funny.
Yeah. People out there losing their lives every day, innocent people with straight bullets.
Dude, innocent, my mom, you know what? I don't know why I brought her in, but she does. She's a successful business owner in town, and she lost one of her employees due to gun violence. I told you, huh?
Yeah,
So her
yeah,
son
yeah,
was in a
yeah.
fucking gang.
Yeah.
And they were at a party at their own house. The son was at visiting the mom and all that shit. And booyah, here comes a drive-by. And the only one that was dead was my mom's employee.
Yeah.
You know? Well, I'm just saying. You know, it's kind of like, what... Are you going to wait for them to target your family before you jump out that gang? Is it too scary, you know? Like, I'm sorry, have some courage. Put your faith, like, in the Almighty. I don't even know what to tell you. You know? Because you shouldn't have gotten it in the first place. But there's ways out of it, you know? And God can help you, you know?
Yeah.
Pray before anything, you know? If you're fucking mad, pray that shit. They say count to 5, from 5 to, like, 1. Sometimes you got to be like 500, 499... 498, 497. Sometimes you have to count. And it's better to count your time or start counting your blessings. Even if you think you have nothing, just start with your nose. Like, I have a nose. If you have hands, be grateful for those. If your eyes are functioning, be grateful for that. If you have your parents, oh my gosh, throw it up to God, because a lot of people, even my age, don't have them.
Yeah.
You know? So just count your blessings, whatever that means, you know?
Yeah, every day that you wake up, realize that it's just kind of like a new birthday for yourself, you know what I'm
It really
saying?
is.
You know, go celebrate, you know, but also go live your life, but also go take care of yourself. Pay, you know, do what you got to do, you know what I'm saying? You know, take care of what you got to take care of, you know,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, protect yourself. You
Yeah.
know, this is what this whole podcast was about, you know, the gang violence, and, you know, at the end of the day, protect yourself. Yeah, we shout out to Whitney Houston, rest in peace and all, but we believe the children are our future.
The
So,
children are our future. If we
yes.
don't have children, we won't have future adults, you know?
Yes. So,
Does that make sense? Of course it does.
you know, at the end of the day, we all just trying to live, you know what I'm saying? You know, whether we you know, like I say, we all trying to do what we try to do out here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their little struggle. Everybody got their lives. Always know that at the end of the day, we, if you believe in God, you know, just pray. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would just say do that. Pray, or, you know, if you have a friend that you can talk to about something, you know, go talk to that friend. You know, something, preferably someone that you can fully trust, and that's what I mean by that friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has people that say that they're friends, and them niggas be just not really friends.
Yeah, they're
But
just undercover haters sometimes who want to sit right in front of you to see you break down and laugh.
Yeah.
You know, on the inside they're laughing. They can't wait to go share it with Sassy McSassy.
Yeah.
And, you know, because some people, all they have is gossip going in their life. You know, and there's this beautiful affirmation I love to use. I learned from Forbidden Knowledge, but the point is, or Billy Carson, but the point is that, you know, he willingly lets go of people, that's what you say. You have to say that yourself. I willingly let go of people that have hurt me, and I peacefully detach. Sometimes you have to detach from actual people because they're violent. If you're in domestic violence, same thing. Gun violence is equal to the violence is, no matter on what front, is equal to each other. It's kind of like when the Bible, I hate to say it like this, but when people that kind of are very into the Bible, they'll say like, salud. They'll say like a sin is a sin is a sin, right? So basically that. Think about it that way. Violence is violence is violence. Don't commit it against others. Don't commit it against yourself. You know? We're talking about gun violence. If we inspire you to like lose your gun, that's fantastic. But you have to destroy it. You know what I mean? Like unravel it, or hand it to the proper authorities. You know what I mean? Yeah. And pick up like, you know, I don't know.
If you got some issues,
exactly. Pick up some boxing gloves.
Yeah.
You know, if you're angry about shit, go get therapy. I swear that shit works. And do it consistently. You know, it's not one time is not gonna work. I've been in therapy for well over 15 years now. No, I don't know. Maybe like 13 years. 12. 10. I don't know. Who's counting, right? but at least I'm not going crazy. There's times where, you know, everybody has their issues, and, you know, sometimes I do. I would like, oh, I wish I had a gun to pop a cap. But you know, you have to remember, like, oh gosh, I would receive 20 to 25 because I'm literally thinking about it right now. Yeah. So this is premeditated murder, and you know, I'm not gonna tell you who or what or whatever.
Or you know how you be like driving on the freeway and someone like driving all just weird and shit, and you're like, dude, if I had some fucking rocket launcher in my fucking car.
Yeah. Sometimes you imagine like smashing into people. You know, like, I wish I could. Smash into them, but you don't.
Not necessarily smash, and more so like move. Like, yeah, like, you know, why y'all outside when I'm here?
That's another one, man. Road rage. Check your fucking road rage. Don't let it exist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, road rage is crazy. I really don't get too, you know. I just can't stand when people drive too slow in front of me. That's my only thing, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, of course, you know, when you get those people that just drive a little bit too crazy around you and shit, and it's like, you know, let this nigga go by, or let me get somewhere, you know, far away from this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
it's true. You don't know who's got a gun. Back to gun violence. You don't know who's got a gun in their car. I saw this dude in, I think it was Florida, and I'm not sure, I might be wrong, but he got cut off by some other car, like a smaller car than him, or the same car, I don't know. So, but he got cut off, and he starts yelling. Keep in mind, this guy is recording the inside of his vehicle. He's recording everything. This guy, like, I don't know if he drives a Lyft or something, but he's recording like himself the whole time, you know, or a camera facing inward, you know, and so they catch everything. It's like a camera like right in the dash, because you can kind of see the whole thing, and the car anyway. You can see the seats. You can see him sitting behind the driver's seat, and you can see him getting mad. You can actually see when, again, because he had both videos. He had the one out and then the one in, and so you can, you know, because the police confiscated it. And so, like, he goes, some car, I think, legit cut him off or some shit. But you don't have to react like a moron. I'm sorry, I'm going to call him a moron, because if you act like this, that's moronic. And so this person cuts them off, and then, like, the guy that ended up catching charges, he like goes, he cuts them back off, and he back and forth, they're cutting each other off, and after like a good, I don't know, a minute, the other car launches, like, it looks like a Slurpee, like a large Slurpee at his window. And keep in mind, his window was closed. Did you see this?
Yeah, I did see this.
Now you remember.
I did see this video, yeah.
So to finish, right?
Shot at him,
and then he brings out his gun, which he already had out. You can see it in the video. He was like showing them, like, I'm gonna shoot you or whatever, and then as soon as they threw that Slurpee, it looked like a Slurpee. As soon as they threw that, he literally shot, like, he emptied his fucking clip. It was like da 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 da.
11 times.
And not only did he miss the other person, thank God he missed the other car, but like, he just shot his stupid car up. You know what I mean? And then the police have evidence of him using misconduct with his firearm, and you know, it's highly illegal if you do that stuff. That guy is in jail right now. I'm just saying, like, that's road rage for you.
Yeah, I didn't hear the back end of that story, because I remember hearing about it, but I didn't hear, like, the end part. I remember hearing it up until the part where he just doing that shooting or whatever, and that's all I heard about it. And but yeah, he's locked up right now.
I think he's still locked up. They gave him at least a few months. Like, they gave him at least, like, what they could give him.
Yeah.
I remember hearing it and being like, I am satisfied with that. Like, it was like less than a year, more than like a few months, something like that.
Yeah.
But like, that guy needs to make sure.
It could have been some kids, like.
Could have been kid, and he could have actually shot the other person, caused a major pileup on the freeway. He is lucky that shit did not go through his car, or maybe it did, but it didn't. It literally didn't hit the other people. You know, I don't care like what another person does. Do you know there are people that will literally back up to hit your car and then call the insurance and be like, it was him, it was them, it was them.
Watch out for them motherfuckers.
That's why I say always stay a car distance apart. If you're not doing that, dude, you're not even following the law. You're supposed to like stay a car distance between you and another
I try
car.
my best to be careful out there.
Yeah,
because
dude.
I know motherfuckers.
There's snakes in the
A lot of
grass.
people that's actually out there, and you know damn well they don't got their license, they don't got insurance.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean.
It's true, guys, and they'll take advantage of all your shit. Some people will even sue your insurance. Watch out, guys. Just drive with a sober head, and remember, we're one mind out there. And it doesn't mean like, oh, we're literally all one mind. No, it means that we are each other. Remember, there's people in the car. Like, it's not a car; it's a person driving a car. That person wants to get home to their family or lack thereof. Whatever. Let them do. Let them do with their life. Their life. As long as they're not hurting themselves or others.
I feel you, man.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah. But thank you for joining us at this. It's funny. Joining us. Join us later when we're gonna talk about other stuff, but because that's running out of time and we're gonna get cut off on that. So I know the live is endless, but thank you for joining us. We've been talking about gun violence because we want you to not react.
Yeah.
And please don't ever pick up a gun and think that you're going to resolve any sort of problem, because that's not the resolution. It's the worst form of communication. In fact, remember that if you have a weapon, any sort of weapon, if it's not your elbows, guys, if it's not attached to you, if you have a weapon, that's the size of your fucking fear. I hate to break it to you. Go learn jiu-jitsu. If you don't know any sort of karate, go learn the highest form. Go learn all of them. Learn to protect yourself. You know? First do it with the Almighty. You think I ever walk out of my house without saying a solid ass prayer to my God and saying like, meet you out there. Let's make sure we're highly protected. Let's make sure. Yeah. You know what I mean? Your servant's gotta go to where she needs to be.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing gonna stop me unless I have to meet my maker again, and then you know what I mean? Like, what I'm saying, nothing but death can stop me from doing a lot of things that I'm meant to do. And so forth, we're going to give you that inspiration. Let nothing stop you to do the things that you need to do, want to do, dream to do. Write a goal board, one of those vision boards, man. You got a goal, you got a drive, you got a better purpose. You'll wake up happier, I think. Try it. Greg, he's just like nodding his head. I'm like, we're recording this. And they can't see our faces. Sorry, man.
Yeah, they can't see that smile on my face.
He's just he's just like smiling, like agreeing, like, yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. It's all about inspiring each other.
Yeah. So, you know, bounce off of each other and stuff like
Yeah.
that, you know. Pay attention to vibes. You know, pay attention
yeah.
to the vibes of other people, and like I said, your surroundings. Just be aware of everything that's out there.
Pay attention to your intuition.
Yes. Amen to that.
Mm-hmm.
Amen to that.
Time.
So, but yeah, you know, it's like, damn, at the end of the day, this is like gun violence / safety / whatever, you know.
Right.
You know, we always want to have some stories to tell, and we may even come back. Actually, we don't need to come back for this. No.
We've said our piece.
Yeah.
But if you'd like this to talk about another like violence issue, no, we're not bringing it up to make it exist, guys. We want to be the one that vanquishes this shit. Be like, oh, we were part of that. You know, we're telling our grandkids or our great grandkids. You know, back in my day, they had this shit. You don't have to experience it.
Yeah, you know what? That's another thing too. As well, me, I have kids, and at the end of the day, you know, us being from LA and stuff that we've seen, and you know, I still even have other stories. Mm-hmm. But yeah, my kids were born out here, so
it's okay.
It's not. You know, I'm glad they're born out here, so
yeah.
You know, it's not as crazy as LA is. You know how we know the shit that we've seen as a kid.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, don't get me wrong, it is violent here, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, it's not like what we were, you know, what we've been through, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I'm glad they were born here. I'm glad they don't see exactly what I've seen, because I like I said, I've seen a lot before the 5th grade.
Yeah.
So.
It doesn't mean that we, like, went left and we forgot. We're about to say goodbye, guys. If you just joined us, get back on. Or we're going to publish this on the YouTube. Find us on Prolific Talks on there or Astro Network. But, you know, that's the whole thing about have come from where we come from.
Yeah.
We saw, like, what we saw. And your children are going to face their own... What we want to avoid is them facing what we faced. And that's why that doesn't mean we're not going to go back. We're going to be like Denzel Washington. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to promise God, hey, once we hit 10,000 subscribers, we're going to be like, you know, throwing all kinds of money back at our communities. And we're going to be donating this and we're going to do this. We're going to be doing good. We promise we'll do good with all that we receive. You know, just like we don't mind being greatly generous because life has been generous with us. It let us come up out of the streets. And we're not gangsters. I don't mean it in a gangster way.
Yeah.
But life let us get out of the one of the war zones, guys, that was actually happening. You know what I mean? Not to say everybody was popping caps on each other. No, because there's business happening in LA and it's only certain areas. It's like dumb little wars, and you know, it's infiltrated by the CIA. Don't fucking fall for it.
Yeah, never fail to realize LA is you know, it's a beautiful place. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot
It
of
is.
beautiful spots out there in LA, but yeah, it is violent too as well. So
Which there is. Yeah.
You know, you just gotta, you know, honestly, it's violent a lot of places in California.
Yeah, I mean.
But we're only talking about where we're actually from.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Say no to gun violence.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're eventually gonna be that like generation that sees a lot of reform.
Yeah.
We're not trying to take away the Second Amendment. It's just a reformation of things. You know, we can't wait for another Sandy Hook, or the last one that just happened, with an AR or whatever, and cops just stood there and did nothing. Anyway, I'm not angry. There's just got to be some movement, and we suggest that you do not get into gun violence because there is already enough dummies perpetrating this. So we want to like, if we could grab those hands that want to do criminal actions and just make sure that they're doing other things, because idle hands, guys. Idle hands. Remember to get into anything other than criminality. You got a genius brain. Go use it.
Yeah. Yeah. Be smart. Be
Every day.
smart. You know, a lot of people fail to realize we are bigger superheroes than we actually know. A lot of people fail to realize that we are actually superheroes to begin with. We are smarter than what we actually know. You know,
Right.
Be smart for your children. Be smart for your loved ones.
Give a good example.
Yeah, you know, just do what you got to do to make sure that you and your loved ones straight. You know, just make sure you know y'all good. You know, just stay positive. Just think positive.
We're just gonna finish up with the Mind and Body Lab thing. You know, Texas University created a Mind and Body Lab. I'm gonna keep repeating it so you remember it. She goes, this is what the doctor told me. You know, one time we were in therapy, she goes, okay, visit the Mind and Body Lab from Texas University, because they got together and put together a bunch of like meditations and breathing techniques that'll help with PTSD and with other kind of you know, I'm a out like bipolar person that is daily like overcoming her illness, you know what I mean? And I don't want to claim it. I'm just saying that like I'm not gonna lie, you know. So you know, and I think it's funny because the doctor, you know, she's like, wow, you're very functional, so that means I'm doing great, guys. I'm doing great. But the point is, she told me, you know, go on the website, Mind and Body Lab of Texas University. She told me to go on that site and pick my favorite one, you know, and she was talking about breathing techniques, and my favorite one was 4-4-4. That just, not because of the numbers, it's because it was like the most easy to remember, right? Because there's all kinds of stuff. It's like all kinds of stuff. Check that website out, and it's free. You can log on and just check out all these like cool coping mechanisms that are self-soothe you when you're on the go. You don't have your Xanax or you don't have your weed, whatever. Like sometimes you need to do some breathing work. Sometimes we have to go to work and it's like 2 hours away and you can't be super stoned. You know what I mean? Because my drug of it's another. So my drug of choice is weed, as you all may know. So, like you say, like, you're not my doctor, you know what I mean? Like I say, you're not my doctor, so you really don't need to know my medical stuff. But because I'm a sharer, because I want you to improve, and I know that there's a rise of bipolar, and I'm not calling that out, I'm just saying that statistically and all that. And so I want to help I want to help you in sharing what's helped me. So I picked 444. That was just like the easiest, like breathing, like breathe in 4, hold 4, breathe out 4. And you're doing all this while your tip of the tongue is on the roof of your mouth. And anyways, it's proved to be very like, I literally do it every single day. And now I have adapted, 10 breaths a day, 10 deep breaths a day. Yeah. I lost like 15 pounds on that shit. I did a little challenge. I was like, girl, we're not gonna do. Yes. I tested that shit out. I was like, girl, we're not, because I have this book called Jumpstart Your Metabolism by Deep Breathing or some shit like that. Yeah. I think that's the exact title, but I was trying to look for it, but oh no, yeah, here it is. Watch, for you guys that are interested in jumpstarting and losing a couple of pounds without doing much. I actually tested it, guys. I like stopped. I didn't work out for like a month, right? And I was like, I'm gonna test this shit, and because I'm an explorer, I am first and foremost. I experiment, and my body is like the best experiment, right? So I kind of, I did very minimal working out, if not like almost to none, and I decided to do the 10 deep breaths. They have a lot of like techniques in here, so you can. It's like breathe a bunch of breaths before you eat. There's one like that, and like the one that I took the challenge of the 10 deep breaths a day, and sure enough, I lost like 15 pounds. Okay. Yeah, because the concept is that you know how like athletes are always breathing in and out, yeah. And so basically, I guess the less oxygen you have in your body, the more likely it is to hold on to fat cells. Yeah. So basically, you don't just sweat out fat. This is what I learned from this book. Yeah. This book, No, I'm sorry. Why? This is, you know what? I didn't even grab the right book. Somebody needed to see that book. That was Living with the Energy Connection. But that's not the book I wanted to show you. It's this one. So basically, I tried it. It's true. You can jumpstart your metabolism by breathing, by deep breathing. I straight up lost 15 pounds. I literally just experimented, and I love to exercise, guys. So not exercising for a whole month, I was tripping. But like, guess what? The breathing helped out a lot more, and I stayed in that like scientist head. I was like, we're doing an experiment. We gotta see if it works. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, and it like she teaches it by Pam Grouch. I'm sure you screenshotted it and all that. And right here she was explaining on how why people that exercise are usually healthy and normal weight. And it's just because they're aspirating a lot, they're exhaling a lot, they're letting go of a lot of like that dioxide. I guess it holds on to fat, and I guess like the normal human is we can like hold the capacity of 2 liters in each lung of air, but the normal person, and I hope you're not normal, but I hope that if you find this book interesting, you get it. But the normal person takes cups of air in. Okay, cups versus 2 liters, guys. You need a deep belly breathing, like a baby breathes, like. Have you ever seen a belly? Their belly goes up and down and up and down. Okay, so that's the true way we should be breathing. Like that's the correct way, and that way you stimulate your diaphragm. Your diaphragm being stimulated, in turn, gives a massage to your organs, like your liver and your lungs that are right and very on the very end. It's like your nail, like, you know what I mean? Like your diaphragm is like the end of all that. Yeah. It's the holder to that, you know what I mean? But also it helps us to breathe. And so the more deep breaths you take, and once you train yourself to breathe with your belly, you'll always be massaging your organs with your diaphragm. Think of how fucking cool that is, right? So, anyways, this is some shit that I learned from this book.
Yeah.
And I knew that shit from the diaphragm. I knew that shit from just like being in massage school, because anything massage, we're like, oh, your diaphragm massages your organs.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
but you just gotta deep belly breathe. I can't do that for you. You know, like it was kind of interesting learning that shit. It was interesting. Massage. I've learned some things that other massage therapists, which was our teachers, my professors were other massage therapists. You know,
Yeah.
so like they were boss at their knowledge, and other massage therapists love to talk about like massage.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, like your coworkers like to talk about similar shit, you know?
Yeah.
It's the same shit. We're always like, hey man, like the helpers just help, healers just heal, and so on. Like business people, all they talk about is business, you know?
Yeah.
Shit like that. People that love weed, all we talk about is weed.
Right.
But should we end, guys? Because I think we said a lot, and then we shared about gun violence. We suggested other things to do. We encourage you not to do any violence against yourself or others. Especially do not pick up a gun, because that shit could kill somebody,
Yeah.
and you don't want that on your conscience.
Yeah.
You good? We're almost done. We almost done.
Stay safe, but also stay dangerous.
Exactly. Be a dangerous human being. Be the reason, you know, why, and I'm gonna go there. Be the reason why Satan says, oh shit, they're up. You know what I'm saying?
Protect yourself.
Protect yourself, live in the light, you know, live in the light. You know, we know that there's a duality, but do you have to be a participant of the evil side? No, you don't. And that's gun violence, guys. Like, ain't nobody died of a gun act that was ever like, yes, that is the way I want it to go. But now they're martyrs, guys. They died so that we don't have to die that way. That's all.
Yeah.
Say no to gun violence, you know what I mean? If someone thinks that's cool, like, you know, I feel like that's not your friend. You know? And are you even a friend to yourself?
That's a good one right there.
Yeah.
That's a good one. 'Cause a lot of people don't ask themselves that question. You know, sometimes you do gotta be a friend to yourself. But
Yeah.
also, you know, but when that you said that, you gotta ask yourself, like, what kind of friend?
Exactly.
You know, are you that good friend? Are you that bad friend? Are you that friend that's in between them? You know, that neutral, some shit like that.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
you gotta inspire yourself to extent. You know, I know there's other inspirations. Yeah, there's other inspirations around. You know, and that's how you basically you get all basically as you grow, you get inspired by all these different inspirations.
Yeah.
Whether it's the style, how the way you dress, to
Oh, sure.
how the way you act, to, like I said, it takes a village. So like I said, at the end of the day, be yourself, you know. But you know, also like I said, you know, you don't gotta follow everything that everybody else is doing, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
stay safe, stay dangerous.
Yeah, man. And another note, why do people go paintballing? That shit hurts too, you know. I don't want to like a big old hickey like I just went paintballing. I'm like, do your friends even like you? They just threw paintballs at you, dude. Anyways, I'm kidding. It's a joke, guys. I'm a jokester. But we're gonna start to sign off because we're gonna do a little after party, and then we got grown up lives. We gotta get up in the dawn. Am I saying that right?
In the AM.
How would you say the sunrise? Not dawn. Is it dawn?
Mm-hmm.
No, we gotta get up before the sunrise.
One
I
of
think.
the Twilight movies.
Yeah.
Perfect dog.
Don't watch those movies. They're dumb.
She said, I'm about to piss some people off.
Don't come for me, Hollywood, because you can't afford me. Anyways, but anyways, guys, you're loved. You're so loved. We encourage your walk with peace. We encourage your walk with courage, and stay inspired. You know, that was my favorite thing to hear at church the other week. Stay inspired. He said, minister said, Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith, AgapeLove.com. He said, just say inspired. Just say to yourself, I am inspired. I am inspired. So daily, even when I catch I'm not saying your whole life has to be showcase in Las Vegas. I'm saying that do with what you have, what you need to do.
Yeah.
Let
do
nothing
what
stop.
you got to do in order for you to survive. Personally, a lot of people say fake it till you make it, but I don't say that shit because I don't believe in shit. I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
Because the first word in fake it till you make it is fake.
Yeah.
So
don't be fake.
Yeah, just be yourself, and everybody know that everybody's going through a struggle, and
we got you. Yeah, man, it's hard enough already without hearing that somebody lost their mother to gun violence, or father, or daughter, child, whatever, auntie, uncle, grandfather, grandma. And that's not cool. You know what I mean? And while you're at it, just take the guns away from the police. If I could take their knees away in honor of George Floyd, I would. I'm kidding. Don't take no knees. But I'm being very serious.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let them. You're not here to hurt us, y'all. I'm proud of you that you're here to serve and protect. That is the mission. And most times, I pray for you, and I love you so much.
Amen.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. Unless you have anything else to say, Brother Greg.
Shout out to everybody. All the positive. Shout out to the negative.
For sure. Thanks for catching us.
I shout out the negative because sometimes they need a shout out too. Sometimes they need a hug. They need a hug.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with shouting out the negative people out there in this world, because at the end of the day, who else is going to do it?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I did that shit. We did that shit.
Exactly. Someone had to do it. You know what I mean? It's but that doesn't mean keep being that bitch. You know what I mean? It's okay for you to be that bitch, but it's not okay to be a bitch, like that bitch. You know what I mean? It's cool to be that bitch, but don't be that bitch. You feel me? Bitch is in the eye of the who said it, and then we have to accommodate accordingly, because it falls through genders. You know what I mean? I know a lot of. And likewise, we got to start calling each other better names. I liked when that whole queen trend was there, and I love
Kings and Queens.
Yeah, kings and queens. I love that. If you want to remember, you're a mini, you're the God that created the heavens and the earth and all that shit, the celestials and the galaxies and the universe and this earth. You didn't just come to create. I don't mean go draw. No. God gave you a mind to facilitate creation, create your life. What do you want to do? Go after those goals. Why do you think we suggest vision boards? Because it's a way to create something new in your life. If you're just trying to revamp what you have, that's totally fine. You're allowed to do whatever you want. Go polish off your skills. But, always aim for the higher edge, and remember that laughter is a cure. If you have to put on your local comedian to laugh, or just laugh yourself silly, don't give in to the gun violence. Don't give in to the violence, period. No one will benefit. We've already had enough lands wherever we're at. You know what I mean? What am I saying? We already have enough violence wherever we're at. There doesn't need to be enough and more. There's enough. That's what I'm saying. There doesn't need to be more. There's already enough. Go jumpstart your metabolism. How to lose weight by changing the way you breathe. Check it out, guys. It's a new generation. We choose drugs, not guns. Okay, drugs your favorite drug, guys. Hey, and most of the time I'm hugging.
She said we choose drugs.
Oh my gosh. Hey, that person came in right at the same time. I was like, drugs.
Oh, shit.
Hey guys, I'd rather any day, think about it, because if you were resolving everything with hurting others or gun violence, you really perpetuate, We're perpetuating a cycle of violence that they want us to be in. You hear that? Like the powers that are cringing in their panties and their overnight jammies, that we don't awaken to the truth that we are the ones we were waiting for. And not only that, we've already awakened to our fucking power. And now that we know that God is within us, you can't lie to us anymore. I'm not gonna pay your fucking pupil any papples. I don't know what I just said.
You sound like you rapping right now. But you are.
But I'm a poet.
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
It's a little tight. Well, we've already started our after behind the scene, token sacrament. And we're both gonna let's get medicated here.
Yeah.
If you smoke them, it's a perfect time of night, huh?
Smoke it if you got it.
Smoke it if you got it. Help us celebrate our medicine. Thank God. If you're in California, thank the ganja gods that it's legal here. And just because it's our drug of choice or our medicine or whatever. Because remember, pharmaceuticals are considered drugs as well. Okay, so whether your drug of choice is a Xanny, or your favorite other cooler, like, you know what I mean? Let me have my medicine, I'll let you have yours. And no, we don't give each other permission, but we want to watch each other heal, and we want to watch each other rise, guys. That's exactly why we were talking about gun violence tonight. Because if we could vanquish it from Earth, we would. Yeah, we have to get a bong around here.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. My little elephant pipe. All right, guys, smoke them if you got them. Use your intellect, cause you brought them. You brought your intellect here, guys. Your brain is waiting for you to make new cells. Don't you know that your brain, every time you learn something, new brain cells grow? Just go out and learn. No, your head's not gonna be like a cone head. It's not gonna. It's so brilliant, our mind.
Big head ass nigga boy.
Yeah, dude. Do you know you're not gonna be like this big giant cranium, person because you learn so much? No, the brain already. It's kind of like when the hard drive comes and you start putting information in it, right? When your laptop comes, you start putting information in it. It doesn't get fat before your eyes. You know what I mean? It doesn't take. What I'm saying is, don't be scared of learning. Your head's not gonna bust. You know what I mean? Because when you learn, you're going to grow new brain cells. And guess what? Your brain can and could possibly, if you try, your brain can hold more information than all the data banks we have on Earth right now and ever will be. No internet server has anything on our brain, guys. Nothing. Go out and use it. That's where you want to make the wrinkles. So basically, that's what it looks like. When you learn, like a new wrinkle grows in your brain, and that's where you want them. You don't want your brain to shrivel. That's how you cater to dementia and Alzheimer's, and we don't want you to do that. So try to live your life happy, and if you can't be happy for yourself, find out who's the asshole around you, and yeah.
We are half of the asshole network, so
yeah, we're half of the asshole network. We're just about done, guys.
All right, folks.
So that's us. That's Prolific Talks. Thank you so much for hanging out with us from where we are on the little. On our side, being held down by gravity, and there's not much that keeps us from levity, guys. Remember that you came to shine just like your creator. Like in the morning, it's like rise and shine, and gives you Ra or Amaterasu. I'm just saying ancient names for the sun, and it's there and it's ever will be. And if you're afraid that it won't come up again, when the fuck did it not come up, guys?
Yeah. I feel you.
Or when we turn around to see it again. That's how it works. It's not really coming up. We just turn, the earth moves where we're at, and we're at the sun.
What's up, Santi? I knew it.
All right, guys. We're gonna get to we're gonna get to celebrating. That is our third episode of the second season. Check out our other stuff if you would like to. If not, go kiss the midnight sky. Wow, no one's gonna see you be the weirdo. Okay, that's just me. No. So, anyways, guys, go do your thing. You can do a lot of cool things at night. Don't let people scare you. It's the best time of the whole day. Anyway.
Peace, love, happiness. Support the real. Make sure you guys go out there and like, subscribe, comment, share, all that great stuff. Even if you dislike it, hey, go ahead and dislike it.
We'll take it.
We take all of that. So at the end of the day, just know that we want you to be safe. We want you to be dangerous. And, just live your life and just keep your third eye open.
Yeah.
So.
And dangerous, meaning, like you are a threat to somebody out there. Like, to be a threat to cancer. You know what I mean? Be a threat to, like, anger. Be a threat to, like, gun violence.
Yeah.
Because of you, Joe Schmo was never shot at. I don't know, guys. We're just trying to inspire you to pick up anything else other than a gun. And don't be hitting people either.
Random ass, we're going up to people just socking them for no reason.
Yeah, man, that's not right.
Oh, he wearing green today. It ain't St. Patrick's, nigga. Just pinching niggas for no reason.
Exactly. You guys, have a good night. As I pass the bluntest here, we're gonna wish you a very good night, and thank you for checking us out. Check yourself out.
Yeah.
Go
look in the mirror right now.
Yeah.
Or even in the morning. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure, whatever time it is, you guys, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Go check yourself out.
Yeah, and we don't mean in a vain way. Just like take care of yourself. You know what I mean? Take care of yourself and all that good shit. All right, we have been Prolific Talks.
We are signing out.
See you guys later. We love you. Or what? We love you. Don't be violent.